Coach T, he did get a chance to speak today. Where would you like to start? Would you want to go with the elephant in the room, GP, or do you want to talk about this quarterback situation, or do you want to talk about the GP. Health situation? You said QB or GP?
GP.
All right. They said load management is what they saying, man. Do we have the official? Let's pull up his official because I want to misquote him.
Yeah, let me try to find him. I listened to the whole press conference, though, so I think I could paraphrase.
Okay.
Whatever you want to know. Pretty good.
Because I'm about to say, I got the quotes. Yeah.
You have them?
Some trying to make sure I have every single. I mean,
all right, I'm pulling up as many articles as possible.
Yeah, I was about to say,
here.
I think I have.
Because there was probably about 4 or 5 different questions.
Saying, yeah. It's
regarding
not like,
Pickens.
It's not linear. It's like kind of chopped up. But
all right, here. Let's go with Brooke Pryor's article on ESPN here. Tomlin explained Pickens' workload reduction as a part of snap management. He says, I didn't have any outlying issue with his effort. As I mentioned after the game, that's just a snap management thing and an effort to be more productive in today's game regarding analytics. We do it across a lot of positions, particularly when you look at the totality of a 17-game schedule. I'd imagine Cam Hayward, for example, is playing less snaps than he has, just trying to grow.
Don't you do that, Coach.
And trying to get optimum productivity among some individuals and going about the best means of doing so. And it's hard even just trying to read through this quote. I'm just getting a lot of Tomlin verbiage here and how he says things. It's tough to read.
My man really brought up
best means of doing so. And that's probably a reflection of the snap totality of last week.
Is that right? I mean, I personally feel like GP participation in load management and Cam Hayward's participation in load management, I don't think that those two should ever be the same, personally.
Here's more. Most players, particularly in today's game, that have specialized skill sets that play positions like receiver, they don't play every down. They're like rushmen. They don't play every down because you need them in significant moments. You need them at the back half of the season. You need them in the second half of football games in those weighty downs. And so it's really just the 2024 discussion regarding load management. Can I pull up Justin Jefferson's snap percentage?
I swear Justin Jefferson be out there a lot. Run, play, pass, play, decoy. He be out there a lot. Garrett Wilson out there a lot.
Remember I mentioned A.J. Brown last podcast? So I did a double check on his snap counts when he was down in Tennessee because that's kind of like a little bit of an apple-to-apples comparison. Yeah. Arthur Smith was the OC down there. Arthur Smith's the OC up here.
Maybe Ridley in Atlanta as well.
He was getting like 80% pretty much. Outside of games, there was like you could see it was a blowout. Oh, yeah. It was like 80%.
Yep.
Let's see Justin Jefferson.
Because he said it's 2024 too, so let's give him apples.
If there's any guy you want to say for the back half of the season or in weighty moments, right? Justin Jefferson.
It's Justin. Yeah. Yep. What's his snap participation looking like?
All right. So outside of the game, wasn't he hurt? Didn't he get hurt week 2?
Yes.
So outside of that game, and then that was 70%.
Because he got hurt in the third. It was like third or fourth quarter.
And that was after he had the big touchdown, right? 133 yards and a touchdown that game.
Yeah.
Outside of that, then that was 70%. Week 1, 84%. Week 3, 90%. Week 4, 90%. Week 5, 95%.
Yeah. Pull up Tyreek. Maybe his situation is different with the quarterback situation going on, but we know Tua was there for the first 3 games.
This season, or do we want last season?
Let's go last season because he had Tua the whole time.
Let's see even this season, like you said, even with the quarterback change.
I'm just curious.
All right, so he's in the 70s.
Okay.
75, 73, 79.
Okay. Because he's like a true speed, like Ferrari type of guy.
Yeah. Okay, but still,
he's like today's Deshaun Jackson.
That's still
like a higher end version, but he's like that.
20 more percent than Pickens right there.
And way more proven too.
Right.
If we talk about saving guys.
All right, so last year, 75 is probably fair.
Okay.
Yeah, 70-ish.
Okay.
That's probably the average of all of it.
What was Diggs in Buffalo last year?
Okay.
Because that's another, like, I think of, like, if you're the marquee guy and you're the main guy there, like how we view GP here, he's the main guy.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of all those type of guys, man.
So those last 5-6 weeks, it was dropping down.
Well, clearly something was going on, as we saw. Yeah.
That was more like 60%, 65%, but like it's looking like mid 80s to 90% is the majority of Stephon Diggs' weeks here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a 3-week stretch where it's 46%, 60%, 65, but everything else is like between 80s and 90s. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what
So are you buying Tomlin's reason for Pickens not being out there as much as usual?
If when I watch the first quarter, the effort looked different, then yes. But because the effort in the first quarter looked questionable at times, I think there's something going on. I think there's a little smoke. I don't know one way or the other, but just based off of the information that we've seen, the action surrounding it, the communication around it, like I don't know. It just doesn't add up personally.
So, in regards to the stuff outside of the snap counts, like the eye black and the pulling the Cowboys dude's helmet, Tomlin said he hadn't seen the message on Pickens' eye black, and then he has addressed Pickens' behavior, but behind closed doors.
Not respect.
So he hadn't had a chance to talk about Pickens' eye black to Pickens, but he did talk about the helmet
face
stuff.
Mask. Okay, well,
he said it's certainly things that I'm open to addressing and will and do. I just don't detail in settings like this because it's business between he and I. In terms of his growth and development as a player and as a man, I just don't think it aids that growth and development to address it in open settings such as this regarding his behavior. I'm aware of that, and obviously that has been and will continue to be addressed.
Yeah, so he's probably pissed off now. Yep. But he's not going to do it publicly, which we do respect as players. And that's part of what keeps the drama down and keeps the respect where it needs to be. Versus we've talked about how other coaches will go public and kind of throw players under the bus. And, I mean, that's a quick way to lose your team, lose your locker room, man. So shout out to Coach T for that. But, yeah, I feel like he's definitely putting the shield up for him, whatever is going on behind closed doors.
How many more times is it going to happen? Now here's the thing with the snap management stuff. How are you going to explain to reporters once you do have Pickens playing 90% of the snaps?
Thank you. Now we don't care about it, right? Yeah. Now we're just snap management, right?
It's just the worst excuse I've ever heard.
Right. The dude is in his third year in the league. It's not like he's a 10, 12-year vet we talking about,
no history of injuries.
Like, what? When you said load match, I'm like, I
think the way better explanation would just be like, it was a matchup-based thing for this week.
You could have said that.
That would have been so easy. We just wanted to go heavier personnel.
Yeah, we felt like these guys block a little bit better on the perimeter. Yeah, bro. I'm not hearing load management. Pickens is that nice that who cares about load management, man? Run till your tongue hanging out. I don't care. Get back out there, bro. Like, nah.
Because someone followed up and asked about, like, why Tomlin's bringing up Hayward as the comparison, given that Hayward is like 35 and stuff. Like, but Tomlin was like, "Oh, we do it with other positions." Then he brought up linebacker, and he was like, "We divvy up the workload between Landon Roberts and Peyton Wilson." But that's a whole different scenario. Whole different scenario. So.
We are not taking E-Rob off the field to save E-Rob's body at the end of the what? Hey, Peyton Wilson, load management this man, bro. Hey, we ain't gonna let you out there just yet. All right, man, y'all gotta chill, bro. Y'all gotta chill, man.
Yeah, I don't believe the load management or snap management stuff for a second.
Shout out to Coach T, man. Shout out to Coach T, bro. I like load management, bro. Deke, do you need any load management? Are you good, man? I ain't know, man. We checking out load management, man. You good on your load management, man? I might need me a load management this week.
You need a day off? We need to go to 2 days?
I'm just saying, bro. I might need some load management, man. Just that way I'm better in November, December. All right, Deke? I don't want to strain anything now. All right? This is crazy. Load management. I like it. It's 2024, as we said. It's new. It's a new concept.
In fact, week 4, Pickens was out there 86% of the time.
Week before that, what did he say?
70s, so 74%, 77%, and 68%. Last week, 59%.
Interesting. Yeah.
No matter what way you spin it, it's not good, because if you mean to tell me, because if you want to just take the truthful approach of saying like, yeah, Pickens can't be out there for running stuff, then that's a terrible look on Pickens and his effort and just being an all-around good receiver. Because Larry Fitzgerald, I mean, did Cardinals ever take him out for run plays because he couldn't block?
Right.
Any of these other receivers,
Even
the
AB.
Vikings, you even see the Vikings with Justin Jefferson.
Jefferson will block. Yeah. Jamar Chase.
He's out there
block.
90% of the time.
Yeah. AB would block. And even if you don't want to block, he'll give you the runoff, where he's going to burst off that line of scrimmage for 10 yards and make you believe he's going. It works the same. It's one or the other, bro.
So if we look at it from that way, that's bad, obviously. But if you look at it from and Tomlin's being serious about this load management, then that's just incompetence as a coaching staff.
I would agree. It's like,
so this is just a bad scenario all around.
I'm like, Coach,
no matter what way you want to spin this or how you want to angle this.
Coach, I know you're not doing that in year 3. No.
Like, we really got to take Pickens off the field for Calvin Austin or Van Jefferson because of blocking.
This is crazy.
Stuff. Like, come on, man. Like, that's not good, nor is us taking him off the field for loan management and the prime of his career with no injury history.
What was it? He ain't even hurt. He ain't even been hurt.
Given that Justin Jefferson, the guy who's putting up record stats out with the Vikings and getting a ton of workload, is still out there week in, week out, 90% of the time. He had a quad
injury at one point this year, too.
And he was out there last year without his long-term contract. You're seeing the same thing with Jamar Chase this year.
Yep.
2 dudes that have a legit case for not showing best effort or doing load management type of stuff. We're out there giving it 100%.
Yeah. I would agree, man. That's just crazy, bro. We'll see how it continues to progress. Then I don't know if we should expect load management again this week, or if we should expect them to hit us back with the he gonna get 90% of the snaps and it's gonna be the.
That's what they should do. 90% of the snaps, and then. I don't know what Tomlin could say to that, because someone's gonna ask him, "Hey, what's the deal? I thought you were doing load management."
They are for certain gonna.
I would love to hear his answer.
Yeah, but I'm like, I don't feel like you pigeonhole yourself, but you kind of pigeonhole yourself. Like,
no, you shouldn't. You shouldn't run your game plan based off your press conference interviews.
Right.
But it's just gonna be a funny answer now.
Because we'd be like, Coach, you told us load management, man. And then he's going to hit you with something else. Hey, man, sometimes you just got to ride the high hand. Or sometimes, man, just in the heat of a gunfight, you just got to keep shooting. You're like, what, Coach? All right, chill, man. Low, man. I like it, baby. I like it.
So it doesn't sound like Pickens is getting traded, though.
Yeah, that's a positive.
Because they did ask Tomlin about how he thinks Pickens has been doing with handling adversity in tough situations. And Tomlin has said he's certainly gotten better. In those instances, no, but largely it has been an improvement in those areas, certainly.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Over the 2.5 years Pickens has been here.
I like that.
I mean, I don't know. It seems like we're back to where we were last year.
No, we're not. We're on load management now. This is a new one. I don't think I've ever heard Coach Tomlin reference load management.
Has anyone in football ever referenced load management?
He said it's 2024. It's a new concept for the NFL. That's what he told me. That's what he just said. You said it. That's what he said. So that's why I'm glad you put up the quote. I didn't want to misquote him.
For a veteran like Cam Hayward, sure. But I don't think anyone considers that load management. They just say that guy's getting old.
He's a vet day. He's an older guy. We don't call it load management. But load management is different. He's trying to preserve GP's career. He's just proactively
load management is a term for the NBA.
Let him proactively load manage GP in year 3. Nothing wrong with that, man. All right. Early year in year 3. 5 games into year 3. Yeah, we got load management.
After him playing 86% of snaps against the Colts and having over 100 yards.
We don't keep up with the Joneses. All right. We zig when they zag. This is a zig. All right. Yeah. This is definitely a zig. I don't know if we're gonna like it in the end, but this is zigging. Yep.